So here is Cappy at Rocking Horse, and he is doing training level. This is his first recognized event. However, he's been to several schooling shows throughout the year. So this will be his training level debut. And I'm going to work on just getting him settled here so I can come down the center line nice and straight. And he's doing pretty good. You'll see I kind of go from trotting to sitting because he sometimes likes it better when I sit, and I can keep him a little bit more focused. Some horses can get tighter when you sit, so it's really just like how the horse responds to it. But this way I have a better connection to him. And he's quite a lovely mover. Went into the canter there just a little bit above the bit when I asked for it. It's just a little bit of that tension creeping. Then into a little bit of showing of a medium. A couple of lengthened steps of canter. And he has a lovely canter. And I'm always working on trying to keep him in shoulder 4 so he can stay straight. But he's actually feeling pretty good. Now coming across the diagonal here for a lengthened trot, and it's too bad he just broke a little bit. But I showed a smidge more at the end. Now going into our stretch trot. He gives it to me a little bit at the end. Again, he's just holding a little bit. And then into the walk transition. And then for the free walk, again, just with these guys in the beginning, really working on letting them stretch down, try to get as much walk as I can. For him, he can get kind of tight and not really overstep, but he's trying to do a pretty good job here. He gets a little distracted, but that's okay. Comes into the contact pretty well. And then smooth transition to the trot. And always working with him, trying to get the bend through the rib cage. When he gets tense, he likes to kind of lock a little bit through there. But I'm really happy with how he's feeling during this test so far. Then we pick up the right lead canter quite nicely. A little bit of resistance there. Again, just working on keeping the focus and trying to keep the relaxation. And then showing some lengthening in the stride at the canter. Then down transition. I'm going to prepare him now for the final across the diagonal for the lengthened trot. Prepared him a little bit better so then he was able to realize what that cue was. And then down our center line. All in all, I was really pleased with the rideability. If you guys have followed Cappy, he's come a very long way. And coming into our final halt. I was very pleased with that test. Quite pleased. And he did very good. And after he halts, I do let him stand here and just kind of take it all in for a minute. And then we leave on a nice long rein. So again, couldn't be happier with him. Really pleased with the rideability that I had and the connection that we were forming. Then on to our show jump. And again, he was feeling really good, quite rideable in the warm-up. And coming around to the first jump. Makes a really nice shape. He's a very athletic horse. And it actually helps him a little bit at the training level to keep his focus. And I keep coming. And again, you see sometimes he likes to cut the corners with the shoulder, so that's always a work in progress in our flat work. But I just want to make sure I keep the rhythm, keep the flow. He did very good through this double verticals to set up and stay relaxed. And he has such good knees. Again, he's a very athletic type, very good jumper with a great canter. And everything just came right out of stride. And then coming around to the last line here. Jumped that really well. And then to the last fence. And he didn't mind at all for the Liverpool. So a nice clean show jump round. Very happy with Cappy. Then heading into cross country. Just working again on his rhythm, making sure he stays up and balanced. And he's a very brave horse. He's figured out the water now. Water was a little bit of his concern in the beginning when he first started kind of going out and doing things, but he's conquered that. And then one thing I just have to work on is making sure he stays up in his gallop and he doesn't start to get too low, which he likes to do. So that's something, just keeping the rebalance and also helping him stay stronger on the hind end and through his back. But that should all come. And then coming to this combination, I thought this was actually quite steep for a training level. We had to come up this pimple to a house kind of in the shade, a bending line to a corner. And he was a very good boy. Jumped us maybe a smidge low over that, but then pings right over the corner. Finished great and well inside the time. And to be 10th out of his division, finished on his dressage score of a 33.6. And he acted like the professional that I've hoped he'd be. So it was really promising outing for him, and really couldn't have been happier with him. So very pleased with Cappy this weekend.